All right, let's talk about it. J. Cole destroys Kendrick Lamar. He says Golden Corral and the Little Steppers was tragic, also known as Mr. Morale. And the Big Steppers, horrible, disappointing album after 5 years of wait. We gotta listen to something about my auntie is a man now. It's not even executed correctly. Disappointing. The album cover is amazing. I love that album cover. I love United in Grief. N95 is a cheap knockoff of Family Ties. Disappointing album. Nobody listens to that right now. Replay value for that is horrible. Don't try to tell me it's a great album compared to Pimp a Butterfly, which I love that album. Mortal Man, You Ain't Gotta Lie, I love that album. Mr. Morale is nowhere near that. Mr. Morale is nowhere near Damn. With tracks like Feel, tracks like Love. Mr. Morale is nowhere near that. Mr. Morale is nowhere near Good Kid, Mad City. So when Cole says you drop like one hot verse every 30 months or something, he's telling the truth. Objectively, Kendrick only comes every 30 months, drops one hot verse, and that's about it. If he's not trying to do some clout attention stuff, let's keep it real. We're not discussing Mr. Morale and the Little Steppers. We're not discussing that. It's objectively facts. Is the tone on Like That? And you can see my review from Like That. I think it's an amazing diss. I think it's an amazing track. I love that Metro album. I'm still going to do videos about it. And I think Kendrick fired incredibly. The tone, the verse, the vocality. I hyped that verse up amazingly. So don't come and try to say I'm a Kendrick hater, because I was saying how much he destroyed Cole and Drake on that verse. And it was a short verse compared to this. But I'm going to say what it is. Cole is speaking facts when it comes to Mr. Morale and the Little Steppers. That was a disappointing release after 5 years of wait after giving us Damn. So let's keep it real when it comes to that. That is the reality of it. Super disappointing. Cole says, your first shit was a classic. Your second put people to sleep, but they gassed it. I love To Pimp a Butterfly. Like I said, You was my favorite track where he's rapping like he's drunk, and it actually sounds amazing. Very emotional track. I like that track a lot. But people have been saying To Pimp a Butterfly, they've been gassing it 10 out of 10, Fantano, all these people. I like the fact that he disses it, even though I love that album. And I love the fact that he disses Mr. Morale, because I think that shit was tragic compared to Damn, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Good Kid, Mad City. So let's keep it a buck. I don't want to hear you talk about fuck you, bitch, fuck you, man, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, man, for 4 minutes on a track. I don't want to hear that shit. You people let Kendrick get away with that shit. For 4 minutes, he was just saying that on a track, arguing with somebody, and people were saying it's amazing because it ties in with the story of the album. I don't care. That shit was horrible. That was trash. United in Grief, amazing on Mr. Morale. The track where he talks about his father, that was an amazing track too. With Sanford, I think it was. But you don't go back to that album. It doesn't have the replay value. J. Cole literally dismantled Kendrick when it came to that on this track. Could the tonality be better? Of course. He should have come with a higher tone, a stronger tone. It was too smooth. It was too laid back. I get it. It's a warning shot of Jap, but this was too laid back for the tone. The first beat was too laid back. We needed that conducted beat to be at the start, maybe throughout the entire song. But let's not act like this was decent or mid. He said more than Kendrick even said on the verse, even though I think this is a tie because Kendrick just sounded amazing on that verse. And what he said was very direct forward, first person shooter. But still, Cole did this right here, and I don't want to hear anybody say this album wasn't good, because this album was really good on P.I. with Absol and Daylight. That was insane. That was way too lyrical, way too complex. It was amazing. But let's stick to this 7-minute drill stuff. Body bags. We're talking body bags here. You people can't switch up now and say J. Cole hasn't been killing it lately with all these verses and all these projects, because the off season was amazing. Amazing. One of probably J. Cole's best album, if not 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And the verses, all the features, everybody's been saying J. Cole has killed every single feature. So let's not act like he's lying when he says he's in his prime now. And Kendrick is basically coming from what feels like a fall off with Mr. Morale, because it was not up to par with his recent projects. His previous projects were way better, and J. Cole recent music has been amazing. So let's not act like J. Cole is wrong. That Dreamville collaboration was amazing. Everything he did on that project, everything he did on the off season is amazing. Everything that's been sounding on Might Delete Later has been sounding great. So the fact that he says that and then he actually goes at Kendrick Lamar like this and talks about what objectively many people have been saying about Mr. Morale and the Little Steppers is the truth. You can't come over here dropping every 30 months or something and just try to be acting like you're not going for the clout when you're directing shots at the people that are actually being successful and look more in their prime. For all the dogs, 100% better than Mr. Morale. Don't come, if you're going to come here and tell me with a straight face that Mr. Morale is better than For All the Dogs, you're objectively just hating on Drake at this point. Because if you actually listen to For All the Dogs and you add the Scary Hours 3 deluxe version, or however you want to call it, of For All the Dogs, you're delusional if you think that is not better than Mr. Morale. I could tell you right now, Virginia Beach, Drew and Picasso is objectively better than anything on Mr. Morale and the Little Steppers. Objectively. Don't come in here telling me that there's something better than Polar Opposites, the track with Party Next Door. There is way much more repeatable, replayable tracks. Shot 'em in Daylight. Drake is dissing basically everybody. Rihanna. Objectively, For All the Dogs, better than Mr. Morale. Objectively, the off season, better than Mr. Morale. So let's not say discography wise, everybody admits Good Kid, Mad City is amazing. Damn is amazing. I like a lot To Pimp a Butterfly. We're not talking about that. Recently, you gave us Mr. Morale. Not great. This For All the Dogs is better. And we had Certified Lover Boy and Honestly Nevermind. And Her Loss. Her Loss is way better than Mr. Morale. What happened to that person that was in OVO? We traded him. Talking about Future, way better Her Loss. And Drake was actually rapping there. Way better than Mr. Morale. Has a lot more replay value. So Kendrick, you got the response you wanted. I said what I'm saying now. Again, Kendrick's verse was amazing, vocal-wise, lyrically. For being a short verse, not even on his song, amazing. But now reply back. Let's get the competition going. I disagree after realizing that Drake did shoot first on Her Loss to Future, and it's not just Future coming right here out of nowhere. So now noticing For All the Dogs, what will Pluto do, what he said, I don't think they have to respond just in 1 week or 2 weeks. I think this could go months and into the summer as well as they keep going at each other. I don't think Drake has to respond next week. So definitely, after noticing the other video I did and how this has been going on for months, and how this has already been going on for months since Her Loss, and Future just replied right now, nah, you're not going to get to tell me that Drake has to respond in a week like I was saying, because now that I noticed that Her Loss was months and months ago and Future just came with this right now, Kendrick comes with this right now, no. Drake has the grace of months as well, because you waited months, literally. So that's what's happening. Drake is going to respond. If he comes with Tempe and Compton, it's over. It's over. If he comes with Tempe and Compton and he gives us something like he did on 5 a.m. in Toronto, don't try to sit here and tell me I'm delusional. Don't try to sit here and tell me I'm delusional. If Drake actually comes with something like 5 a.m. in Toronto and he calls it Tempe and Compton and he obliterates everybody on the track that's been dissing him, Nav. You've been dissing him, Rick Ross. You've been dissing him, Metro, Future, and Kendrick. If he comes with some 5 a.m. in Toronto vibes, don't come in here acting like it was all buddy-buddy and friendship and this was just friendly competition. You're about to obliterate every single one of you. And you know that's facts, because even people who hate Drake and don't like Drake's music say 5 a.m. in Toronto is insane. People say Tuscan Leather is insane. Don't try to act like 5 a.m. in Toronto is nothing at this point, because it is. You underestimated greatly most number ones ever. How long did it really take me? The part of love most is they need me more than they hate me, so they never take shots. I got everybody in safety. Don't try to act like that is not fire. So I don't care what you say. You could be a Drake hater all you want. You could try to talk about some stupid shit about does he write or not when you know he's written for Kanye, when you know he writes for a lot of people. And he definitely writes the 5 a.m. in Toronto tracks, 6 p.m. in New York tracks. I'm not afraid to get blood on my leaves. He's not. So you know he's coming with that and you know he's ready. And we know you still are going to try to diss him on We Still Don't Trust You, Metro, and Future. So listen, it's coming. J. Cole, I give him 1 point, and I give Kendrick 1 point. I think this is a tie. I was messing around saying J. Cole 1 and Kendrick 0, but I think this is a tie, 1-1. Get mad if you want, I don't care. It's a tie for me, 1-1. Because J. Cole said more and it was good. Kendrick said less, but it was great. Tie. Why I say J. Cole good? Because the beat wasn't amazing at the beginning. But lyrics-wise, great. So that is what it is, and I think Drake is going to come and try to destroy everybody here. Everybody that was messing with him, that just for some reason now everybody hates Drake. Rick Ross playing the track, acting like he never did it. So many collaborations, and the best tracks he did was with Drake when it came to numbers. That's on you. Now he's unfollowing Drake for what reason? Because now everybody's dissing Drake, so now I can feel the need to actually realize that I don't fuck with Drake either, whatever it is. Let it come.